Today in the episode, Voice of the Wasteland, where we answer your questions and find something cool on the exhibition. And we begin with Special, where we look back at all the things that happened in the game throughout the 2-year run of the garage. We're not sure how it happened, but it's already the 50th episode of the rebooted garage, and for that we're very grateful to you, all our viewers and listeners. 50 episodes. That's a bit more than 2 years of work. A lifetime by the standards of the Wastes. We spent that time tinkering with machinery, testing new and old equipment, answering your questions, deleting Ravager Trojans from the only computer in our broadcasting station, inspecting your ranges, and telling you about all the things that we deemed important or interesting. And yes, building a vehicle that destroys enemies with its wheels is an example of content that is both important and interesting. And while we were at it, the world around our small base changed quite a bit. That's why today we'd like to invite you on a small journey. A journey of looking back at things that changed in the valley during this show's 2-year run. Obviously, we'll mention only the biggest of changes. If we tried to talk about all the changes and additions, both big and small, this video would be at least a dozen hours long. We know that many of you enjoy this show quite a bit, but no one likes it that much. So, here it goes. The biggest things first, the Battle Pass. Yup, that's right. Even though it seems like this feature was always a part of the game, it was brought to the Valley by the founders just 2 years ago. You fight, you get new things. As simple as that. Sometimes you also get blown to smithereens or hit with a missile or two, but that's the Wastes for you. And this barren land was never short on opponents for you to fight. These 2 years brought a lot of new faces to the Valley. Or helmets, or heads. They do have heads, alright? Some of those newcomers, like Seekers or Ravens, come and go, while others, like the proud sons and daughters of the Syndicate, are definitely here to stay. Say what you want, but these devils have some really nice rides, that much is certain. Naturally, new factions brought a lot of new shiny tech. Can you smell it? The sweet, sweet fragrance of motor oil and gunpowder? That's because we're getting close to the hangar where we store all those new toys. It's like being a kid in a candy store, not sure what to pick. Here are the sleek big rams, which allowed survivors to build a lot of beautiful mechas. The Kaiju, the first ever gun with a truly monstrous appetite. The Omni rolling-based chassis, made specifically for people that like to be flexible with their movement. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. A whole range of legendary cabins. Parts of the new, special, rarity, guns, construction parts, decorators, a whole new level of freedom for engineers that want to build vehicles of their dreams and show them to the whole world. The exhibition changed as well. We've implemented lots of small but much needed changes, like a separate tab for your ranges, or the ability to search blueprints made by a specific engineer. Maybe you want to take a break from building stuff, get in your favorite ride, and take a drive around your favorite spots in the Wastes, both old and new? Well, the list of possible destinations became even longer. Ravager's Foothold, the place with iconic bottomless pits. East Quarter, ablaze with neon and awash with Sakura pink. Clean Island with its labs surrounded by boiling waters. The dizzying megapolis of Sinto City, the first map where you can capture the zone on 2 different levels at the same time. And that's without even mentioning a plethora of changes to old maps that survivors of the Valley grew to know and love. For instance, new destructible objects appeared in many places, including your own backyard, right next to your garage. What can we say? People of the Wastes like to smash stuff. Speaking of garages, by the way, it was during these 2 years that you received the ability to build your own crazy theme parks, and we got the chance once again to witness your creativity and admire it. Or cry out in terror, one of the two. By the way, if someone knows the way out of this labyrinth, please tell us ASAP. It's been days, months even. Please! There were also quite a few surprises and experiments for people that like to find new, unusual, or outright weird ways to fight each other. Our personal favorite was probably the sabotage? No, wait, it's the arena mode. Ugh, turning into Ravagers was a lot of fun as well. Boo! And all of that was reflected in one way or another in this little show. Sometimes in a very thorough way, sometimes through jokes, sometimes successfully and sometimes not. But you were always there for us and we're very thankful for that. Right now, the team of the garage is loading ammo and fuel onto our cars as we're leaving our old base on a quest to find a new good place for our broadcasting station. Even Jacob is coming, even though that might be a grave mistake on our part. That's not the end of the garage, by the way. Think of it as a bit of a break. A break where we might get eaten by nuclear devils, true, but just a break nevertheless. And now a short break of a different type, the commercial one.
An official message on behalf of the Dawn's children. No, our new cabin does not employ gremlins to give your guns a faster reload. All gremlins were effectively exterminated in the Great Carburetor War of 2048.
The first message was submitted by one of the recent contributors to the CROSSOUT show, a survivor known as Elite Element CROSSOUT. They ask, "Can we get descriptions for our builds in the exhibition?" Hey man, probably not full descriptions, at least not in the foreseeable future, but we're considering adding tags to player submissions. Hope that's helpful. A fighter of the valley known as Sasha says, "Can we get new flamethrowers in the future? After all, Odegon's flames must stay lit." Odegon's flames must stay lit indeed, but there are no new flamethrowers in the works, at least for now. We're pretty sure that devout followers of Odegon will find plenty of ways to set their enemies ablaze with the tools they currently possess. The next question was sent by John Brooks. "Hey dev team, Smashing Pumpkin 69 here. What's the chance of seeing a new faction with a special weapon that you can only use one time in battle but do a lot of damage?" Hi John, no word on new factions yet. Keep your eyes peeled. And we already have a weapon that works this way in the game. Have you heard of the magical tool known as explosive spears? The last message for today was submitted by Brother Dog. They say, "Thank you guys for keeping such good stuff coming out." Phrasing. Seriously though, thank you guys for sticking with us. The things we do are completely meaningless without you and your support. Thanks. And now the traditional finale, the bit where we go to the exhibition. This time our goal is to find a good vehicle for our last expedition. Like this one. Overpowered is a masterpiece of heavy engineering, perfect for both a long trek through the most desolate parts of the wastes and breaking through hordes of enemies. Feels almost as if it was designed specifically to cater to our needs. So it's only natural that it'll ride in the very front of our little armada. Dorazak 89, thank you. With a car like that, we might even make it. And that's it for today. Tell us what you think in the comments below and ask us questions. We read them all. If you enjoy the stuff we're putting out, subscribe, leave a like, or don't. We're not Odegon to tell you what to do after all. And good luck in the wastes. What? We can run yet another ad to raise more funds for the journey? Oh, okay. Here it goes.
Heed our word while you sleep. The trees are creeping ever closer. Their roots are on the verge of invading your homes. Save the valley. Join the Order of the Holy Soul Lodge.